Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we got our Amplified Machine Digimon playmat. We got Impmon, we got Gyomon, and we got the Digimon Survive game for the Switch. I haven't played this one yet. I bought it when it came out. And if you bought it when it came out, it came with a code for Gyomon as some extra content. I have too many games in my backlog and I haven't had a chance to play it yet, honestly. But they're here because we're doing a two-part video. They're going to be part of the first part. The second part is a Halloween part. I didn't think that had enough content on its own, so we're grouping it together with this, and we're doing a 2-for-1. The Halloween season might be over, but I love the Halloween season, so I figured one more video for it. Also, a little scary kind of, what's the word? Warning for you all, from my own experience for the second part. But let's move to the first part first, because the first part before the second part. Like I said, if you bought this game when it came out, you got a code for some extra Digimon content. If you were in America, I believe if you were in Europe or in Japan, you got promo cards that came with this. They came out separately later for us in America, and I picked them up. And I figured, let's look at them, because I like the artwork on them. I think they're pretty neat looking, and it's been a while since this game came out, so I know these cards aren't viable, which is one of the reasons why I kind of bought them, because when new promos come out, they tend to be pretty expensive, and then they crash in price as soon as everyone who really wants to get their hands on them gets their hands on them. Because, this game has 8 promos. If each one cost $5, that would be $40, and that's 2/3 of this game's price. Which is why I kind of waited on it, wait for them to go down a bit, because $5, which is, I would say, a fair price for a new promo, I'm not going to pay $40 for an entire set. So I waited. I got them all separately when they were cheaper. Some of them now cost 40 to 80 cents, somewhere around there. I don't remember. But they were much cheaper, so I was able to get, in fact, multiple copies. I got a full play set of all of them now because they just were cheap enough. With that out of the way, the first promo is Agumon. 3 play costs, 0 digivolution costs, 2000 DP. They all share the top of that. On play, if you have a red tamer, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less, and no inherited effect. I mean, there are much better Agumons out there, but I really like the image that this one has. So I think it's a really, neat looking card. All the cards are play cost of 3, digivolution cost of 0, 2000 DP. And all of them do not have inherited effects. So really, after you play them, because they've all got the on-play effect, after that initial turn, they all just become vanillas. Which is probably why they didn't keep their value too well. Next up, we got Labramon. 3 play costs, 0 digivolution costs, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a purple tamer, delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. This one's better than the Agumon, I think, because the Agumon says if you can delete it if it's 3000 DP or less. Maybe they don't have a rookie that's weak, but as long as there's a rookie out, they can get rid of it, because there's not really champions with 3000 DP or less, so really the Agumon is just focusing on rookies, and this one's just saying any rookie. So this one's just a little bit better than the Agumon. Then we got Falcomon, which is a 3 play cost, 0 digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have Yellow Tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP until the end of their turn. I mean, this one's also pretty weak, which is why it went down in price. Just giving them minus 2000s, not great. Unless you are targeting something that you can't attack, and maybe that extra 2000, in combination with something else you've got, is going to delete it. Or if you've got a Mega that's 1000 DP lower than their Mega, and you want to swing in and destroy it, then this would make sense. But I feel like there's just so many other better ways to get minus 2000 DP on opponents, especially in yellow, that I don't feel like this one is really strong enough. We got Kumamon, a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a green tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It works with the green playstyle. I think there's other cards that would do it, but if you are looking for one, this one could work. Just to note that it is not an insect. It says it's a larva. So that's just something to keep in mind. Like, it's not going to combo with all the insect cards, which is, again, a big minus to me. Then we got Floramon, a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a green tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of their turn. This one, it's probably one of the top 3 that I like, along with the Kumamon. Like, the Kumamon is just a little lower because of the larva. This one is vegetation, so it would work with any cards that work with vegetation. And making their opponent's Digimon not unsuspend, like, that's a thing that green does. So this one works, again, with their thing. I think this one is one of the stronger ones. We got this Lotmon, which is a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a yellow tamer, one of your opponent's Digimon gets security attack -1 until the end of their turn. Again, that's kind of yellow's playstyle, but at the same time, there's just a lot better Lotmons out there. If this one was actually good, its price would have gone up. It would have been probably splashed into the Double Typhoon deck, but that's not the case. Then we got the Dracomon, which is a 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a purple tamer and it's your turn, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the Dark Animal or Undead trait in your trash. This one really works well with the Dracomon archetype. I think this is probably the strongest out of all of them for viability. Like, I could see throwing a couple of these into a dedicated Dracomon deck because they already... Purple likes to put stuff in their trash and then get rewarded for it. And then being able to use it, this one definitely could do that. And then the final promo is the Syakomon. 3 play cost, 0 Digivolution cost, 2000 DP. On play, if you have a blue tamer, one of your Digimon can't be attacked until the end of your opponent's turn. This one, again, like, it's not doing enough for me. But I do like the artwork on all of them. They've got, like, similar background art. Some of them might even be reused, because, like, those two look exactly the same as far as the backgrounds. But you know what? I think it works. I like it a lot, especially for this limited set. Like, when they did it with EX1, where they all had that digital background, I think that was a little too much. But for a promo set like this, I think it works just to have that, because it gives enough of an interesting look to these cards. And I do believe that the 3 strongest out of them are probably Kumamon, Floramon, and Dracomon. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I feel. I think that's the strongest ones. So with that part 1 out of the way, let's take a look at the Halloween cards that I picked up. They recently had a tournament. If you participated, you got some cards. If you won, you got a card. So there's no tournaments around me that I could participate in. They're just, like, between my schedule and the distance that I'd have to travel, it was just not feasible. So instead, I bought them online. So first off, we got the normal Takato. And then we've got this Halloween Takato, which I really like. Just looking at it next to the normal, like, Halloween's probably my favorite holiday. And it is just, it's so, like, good. I love the look. This is from BT17. It's a 3 play cost, start of your main phase. If you have a Digimon with Gyomon, Growlmon, or Galamon in its name, gain 1 memory. End of your turn by placing this tamer and one of your Growlmon and War Growlmon from your trash as one of your Gyomon's bottom Digivolution cards. That Digimon may Digivolve into Galamon in the hand, ignoring the Digivolution requirements and without paying the cost. Security, play this card without paying the cost. I really like the look of this one. Like, I love Halloween. It's really nice. It really captures, like, the spirit of the character. And I just could not gush about it anymore. Next up, we got Henry Wong. And this is from the starter deck, the Double Typhoon one. 3 play costs, start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. By placing this Tamer and 1 Gargomon and 1 Rapidmon from your trash in any order as this Terriermon's bottom Digivolution card, that Digimon may Digivolve into Mega Gargomon in the hand for a Digivolution cost of 4, ignoring its Digivolution requirements. If this effect Digivolved, that Digimon gains a rush for the turn. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So I realized halfway through I'm showing you the regular version, so here is... the special version, which again, I like it. I do. Doesn't really play off as much as like his character. Like I don't see him dressing up like that, but you know what? I still think it's a very fun kind of costume. That little like mischievous kind of smirk kind of leans towards his character, but yeah, I like the Japanese hopping zombie costume that he's got going on. Definitely very cool. I also love how they all have that orange border. Like that's pretty neat for me. Next up, we got Rika, which I will not forget to show you the actual card before I start reading her effect. So this is the normal. And there is the Halloween version, which again, like I like it. Kind of mischievous. She's kind of got a pose going, which goes with her background, where like I believe her mom wanted her to be some sort of model, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been quite a few years since I've seen this series. Anywho, she's 4 play costs. Start of your turn. If you have 2 memory or less, set to 3. Your turn. When any of your Digimon with Renamon, Cubimon, Taomon, or Syakomon in their names attacks, by suspending this tamer, you may use 1 option card with the plugin in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Security, play this card without paying the cost. Again, I love this look. It's a nice little like cute witch. And then finally, we got Rio. And this is the XO2 Rio. And this is the normal one. And then we've got the cool vampire one. This is the one that you got if you won the event, if I remember correctly. So he's a 3 play cost. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Dramon or Justimon in its name among them to the hand. Return the rest of the bottom of the deck. Your turn. When any of your black Digimon attack, by suspending this tamer, those Digimon get plus 1000 DP until the end of the opponent's turn. Security, play this card without paying the cost. So yeah, none of these are like I would probably say that, I don't know, they're all like really nice. I do love them all. I love how the bats unify them all together as being like the Halloween along with the spider webs, orange. That's all really cool to me. This one's a little cooler because it's got those really nice etched background, whereas these are just like the normal ones. And it kind of goes along with like these were the first 3 and then we met him. So I do like the entire motif of this. And if you have a deck, if you are running any of these, and if you have these, I would definitely swap out the normal versions for these ones. Because I'm going to tell you, if I was facing off in a tournament setting and my opponent was playing like Gallonmon, Renamon, Justimon, or Gargomon, like any of those decks, and my deck was just like, I had a terrible draw, I was just having a bad time with that game, or you were just so much more of a better player that I couldn't do anything. If I saw these, like, gosh, that would just warm my heart up a little bit and just be like, oh yeah, no, I don't feel nearly as terrible about losing, because these ones would just, they'd make me feel a little like, I'd like it. I would. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it would definitely be cool. So, like I said, before we end, I do have like a little like spooky thing to share you, and this is a word of caution for anyone, but these are actually the second batch of cards that I had ordered, not the first. The first batch came in this package, and it says, do not bend, and it looks pretty innocuous, like everything could be fine on the inside. Luckily, as I do with everything, I record myself opening these, so if there is a problem, like I can reach out to the seller, if the seller's no help, then I can go to like PayPal or somewhere else and get the issue resolved. And I have the video of me opening it. But it had do not bend on it. So like I was like, all right, and I opened them up. And I want to say, if you hate like cardboard destruction, like I'm sorry, but like this is what happened. Like Rio was in this protector, which I think gave him the best protection. Like he is still pretty bent on that side. Like he's got a nice bend to it. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's like right there where there's a bend. But the other cards, which were not in cases, just got destroyed. And so if you do buy anything online, again, record yourself opening the package. Like the seller was like super understanding. I shared pictures. He refunded the money, and then I shared the video with him of me opening it. But yeah, it was just like at some point they got bent, so like it was just like that. And looking at it, I think it got bent right like this in the package. So yeah, like again, just record yourself opening packages if you are buying them online through people, because there have been a couple packages where like I'm buying stuff and I'm looking at their promos. I'm like, oh, there's some 40-cent promos. I'll pick those up, or like pre-release cards. Like I think one was a Skull Mammoth one, and they forgot them in the pack, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry. And I bought those to like get the free shipping. Like I didn't truly care, and I wouldn't have been miffed if I never got them, but just having them, I bought them. I deserve them. But yeah, be careful, because this was like not a scary thing that I wanted. Like again, luckily I had the video. They refunded me. This one is like, it was bent much worse, but I had put some heavy pressure on it. I put it underneath a heavy box, and it's much better than it was. So this one is still usable, which is great, but just be careful when purchasing stuff online. Like make sure that you are recording yourself so that if the product arrives damaged, you have something to fall back on. With that, we're at the end of the video. As we like to do, we like to have one pack opening. So we're going to do that. So let's see what we got. We got a Demi-Meramon starting us off. Cool. Snow Agumon. Hieromon, another baby. Tortomon. Starmon. Monochromon. Jazzardmon. Lavogaritamon. There we are. Otamon. Black Gatomon. Chaperomon. Nice. 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Overclock puppet trait. At the end of your turn, by deleting one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon, this Digimon may attack a player without suspending. When Digivolving, you may play one level 3 Digimon card with a puppet trait from your hand without paying the cost. Inherited effect, all turns, once per turn, when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by your effect, by deleting one of your tokens or other puppet trait Digimon, it doesn't leave. I just about built a Cinderillamon deck, which I realized like after reading it so much and doing some research that it's supposed to be like Cinderellamon. I've been working on that deck. I pretty much finished. I want to look at some other people's decks to get some inspiration and stuff, like, because building a deck on your own just from scratch, not the easiest. Like, I've got some ideas for it, but I want to throw some extra stuff in. And then we got Chris Paldramon, 7 play cost, 3 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP. Has Ice Clad ability. Other than against security Digimon, compare the number of Digivolution cards instead of DP in this Digimon's battles. When Digivolving, trash any 2 Digivolution cards under your opponent's Digimon. Then, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon unsuspends. Rule trait has Ice Snow type. Inherit effect, your turn. While your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, this Digimon with the Ice Snow trait gains Piercing and Security Attack +1. So yeah, definitely going to be played in those decks, not too much else. But there we go. We're at an end of another video. Let me know which of the 4 Halloween cards you like the best. Leave it in the comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't, please do subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. The algorithm loves it. We upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, until then, I will see you next time.